And that's how the ecosystem works.
There it goes again, raining Freddy. What are you gonna do?
It felt like I was gonna pass out and puke and everything. Well, as you can see, this tree's still laying here because we're waiting on a blade to come in for the chainsaw because I think there's something wrong with it. But if we can get it working, we're gonna go ahead and cut it down at some point here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be getting these seeds up so more trees don't start growing. It is so hot out here. I'm pouring sweat just raking. Now I got to pick up these on this side. There's some over here on this side, not as many. And then there's some that fell over here. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm hoping. So that's too many trees to be trying to have that many trees in the yard. I made me some homemade ice cream today. The sad thing is, hot as I am, I would really like some, but it's not gonna be ready till tomorrow. One of them's chocolate chip and one of them's Reese's chips. Actually, I mixed a little bit of chocolate chip and Reese's together. Maybe have a, I don't know, Reese's peanut butter cup type ice cream. So I'll be ready for that tomorrow anyway. Now the other day, it gets so hot out here, I could barely breathe. It felt like I was gonna pass out and puke and everything. And that's why I stopped with these, breaking these up. That's why they're kind of dried out, so I gotta watch when I'm raking. But yeah, if I get the feeling like that again here soon, I may have to stop again because it is extremely hot out here. Whew.
You know what I noticed about these though?
What's that?
Is that after they were sitting on the ground for about a day or so, and when I came out, I used the vacuum over in this area and it picked them up, but it was still
the shop vac,
yeah.
not a regular house vacuum.
Yeah, why is this thing clogged? No, it was a shop vac without the bag inside of it, so it was just a hollow shop vac, but which has a filter in it. But these, when they were on the ground, what I had noticed was ants were going up underneath of them, and I'm not sure, but I could hypothesize that the ants are trying to get the seeds to pull them down into
the ground
where they will then grow.
And then they'll have a place to live inside the tree.
Yep, roots and all.
Wow.
The roots bring in moisture, so they have
and
a
that's
water.
how the ecosystem works.
Yeah, That's just what I guess. But the only ants that I've really seen inside of those type of trees, and there was an ant, some ants over here in that one, is those bull ants. The thin, black, long ants that when they bite you feels like a bee sting. And they hunt you, but they come at you. They're coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not that they hunt you, but
hunting you down.
nothing gets in the way. Like you don't look like a threat to them. They're trying to get you.
Yeah.
And not only that, so then there's this one that is filled with it. I know it has other things in it, but what's comprised mostly of this is those seed pods.
Yeah.
And so this is 7 cubic feet. I'm not really sure how much that one is, but that, I mean, that's got to be at least like, I would say a 5 gallon thing.
At
maybe.
least.
And this one,
probably like 15 to 20 gallon.
but you already filled one of these up and dumped it.
2 of them.
2
of those up, dumped it from the seeds, mostly the seeds that fell out of this tree when we cut it down.
So 2 of these, and then this is like probably
half
a little, maybe half, a little bit less than half. Then the 7 cubic foot wheelbarrow, and this one here, and then the shop vac was 5 gallons, and that one, it was a little over halfway filled up from getting this out here, but also it was kind of wet inside still from when I put it in the pool. Not the whole vacuum, just the hose. But that, I mean, that was like a little over halfway. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's quite a bit of just seeds, and that was just right now in this, I would say like a 2-week time frame. It drops them constantly, and those were the ones that were on it that were going to drop, and it's going to produce more that we're going to drop again.
And we're falling into the pool.
And I said, yeah, they're falling into the pool. It wasn't just that. It's the fact that Mimosa or Mimosa tree, it's like, it's a very pregnant tree and aggressively pregnant because it's like constantly producing and putting them out. And also the leaves that are on it, they're pretty pink flowers. But those things, when they hit the pool water, it's like dirt, dust, and it's like a brown-green color. And I also saw algae growing on that tree. So it's like, it puts out a lot of dust and dirt. This stuff was getting in the pathway. I did not want those seeds to fall in between the mulch that I've been putting down and then them start to root all over the place. I don't know what it means. Maybe you guys can maybe look, or maybe you know, or something like that. I know I could look it up, but the tree started producing some type of, it was foaming out of it. It was like a liquid that was dropping down, but also foam, a white foam at the same time that was attracting bees.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, there was like, I swear about like 12 bees that were just, I'm like, what are they doing? And I seen it just like slowly leaking out of the tree. Don't know why. Nothing was done to it.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Well, I had to put wasp spray on the area because they were just, I didn't want them to make a home or something. And then, I mean, I don't really get bit by bees. She'd walk by and they would attack her.
Yeah. Something about my pheromones, I guess. They just like them, just kind of, or not like them. Maybe they don't like them.
Honey bee. Well, they like stuff that smells sweet.
Oh. Maybe I smell sweet to them. I don't know.
Maybe. But if this is it, then
I am done for the day. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, because I'm out today. I'm pouring sweat. I gotta go take a shower. This is where one of the trees was that I think he didn't get the stumps down. That I told him there was like 5 stumps, and I think he only got 3 down because he didn't realize that this is the area I was talking about. And I think, yeah, right here, there's a stump, and this is where these, I think it's trees, are trying to grow back. I keep pulling these out of the ground and they keep growing back. Let me see what kind they are. Yep, it said it was a southern live oak, so yeah, it's a tree trying to grow back. No matter how much I pull it out. Let me see if I can pull one of these and show you. See, it comes out really easy. Yeah, right there. There's another piece of the stump. There's even ants there trying to make their bed right there. It makes me wonder if we're gonna have to go and get the a stump grinder again. Not just for this, but now that we got this down, we're gonna need the stump grinder for that too. And then any other ones that we might have missed, then we can use the stump grinder to get all the stumps down. There's somebody's out on the lake. There's an airboat. This looks like it's dead. And this is my watermelon, so I'm hoping that it doesn't die completely. Look at this banana pepper. It's starting to turn orange. And this pepper's turning red. I wonder what that color would be. I may cut this one off today before it decides it wants to start rotting or something. But this one under here is starting to turn yellow. But what I came out here to do was to get some of my stuff that's ready to be harvested. Like there's some, see, like this one. Look at that one. It's a little soft right there. So there's these ones. Look at that, a stink bug. Things are just destroying my garden. There is tomatoes here just, I mean, they're falling off and something's getting hold to these things. They have to be. I mean, look at that one. Something literally got inside of it and ate the whole inside. That one isn't no good. Quite a few of these. I don't understand what's going on. Why they're... I think I want to go ahead and take this one off of here. I can just pull it off without cutting it. So I don't want it to hit the ground. There. That's nice. This one is almost completely red. I'll probably give that one to my sister because she really likes peppers too. I might take her that one and a couple other green ones. And this I'm still letting it get a little bit darker.
Hey guys, I'm going to be working on the nature/meditation pathway, and I'm going to start with putting the weed barrier down like I've done with the other pathways. And then after I get that weed barrier down, I'm going to go ahead and get our natural mulch, natural colored mulch, and I'm going to put that down the same as I've done on the rest of the pathway.
Well, today, or should I say this evening, I am going to be transplanting this. This came from the nursery that we went to get all of our plants from, and Casey cut the plant in half because the lady told him it was okay to cut it in half. And so he cut it in half, and this came from the root that he cut off. So being that the thing cost us $75 for the plant, we're going to try to plant this ourselves to see if it will grow, and if it does, then we're saving $75 and maybe continuing planting more. So let's go ahead and get into that. In here I have vermiculite and perlite, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in my container. Look at this. It literally went straight through. It's all going to go right back in there. Oh my goodness. I need another container. Okay, this is going to be the container that I'm going to transplant this into. I'll figure out the name. Casey didn't tell me. I'll have to go and see what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and put some perlite and vermiculite, and then some mushroom, black velvet mushroom, and some coconut coir. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that in there and then get it all mixed up. That's the coconut coir. The black velvet and the perlite and vermiculite. Now I'm going to get a bucket and mix it all together. Here it is, almost 8 o'clock at night, and I'm sweating really bad. It's 88 degrees. It got up to like 96 today. It was really hot, but even now, 88. I'm walking out here. I'm just doing this little bit right here, and I'm sweating. Hopefully you can see that. Trying to mix it all together. Good thing I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Okay, that's all mixed up. Got halfway in. Got almost halfway. And then I'm gonna get my Tridodon, can't even say this. Tridodon. I give up. I'm gonna put this on there. Then I'm gonna cover the rest of it up. Gotta give it plenty of water. Gotta make sure I put that stuff away, because this one here, I guess it was left out, and all of it in here, it almost looks like cement down inside. You can tell, but it's still this stuff here. Looks like cement. That's not what it is. I'll try to leave it up here. As hot as it gets, maybe the sun will dry it out. So that's it for that. Now it could be months, I don't know, before we know anything. But I wanted to go over here and see what the name of this flower is. Actually, I don't even know if it's a flower. It might be just a decorative thing. Let me go over here. I'll put it on the screen, whatever it is. Well, apparently it's called a shell ginger. I didn't know that. Can you see all the sweats pouring off of me? Whew. I feel like jumping in this pool right here, but I can't do that right now. Gotta get home. Make me my stuffed pepper. This is my first red pepper from my garden. I'm making a stuffed pepper, and here's the lid. Now I just gotta bake it. Well, here it is done with a side of meatloaf, homemade meatloaf. And Freddie over here begging for it. Ain't that right? You want some of this, don't you? I know. Earlier, I dropped some garbanzo beans on the floor. And Freddie seen one between the wall and the deep freezer, and he started growling at it because he wanted it. Well, I'm definitely going to have to take this pepper off of here. I was waiting for it to turn fully yellow, but it's starting to get a brown spot, so I need to take it off. And there it is. One little brown spot. Still pretty hard there in that spot, a little soft, but not too bad. And I have a red one here, and before it decides it wants to start getting any kind of bad spots, I'm going to go ahead and take that one off too. Not cooperating. Well, the bottom's still kind of green. I think I might get this one off too, because this one has a little scrape or something on it right there. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's done. I picked one smaller than that had something going on with it, and it tasted just fine. So I'll go ahead and get that one too. I'm trying to bruise it up. Dropped it on the ground. They're not getting as big. It's like regular ones you see in the store. They don't look the same. These are probably the rejects, but they're still edible. And there's another one. I'm gonna have to get that off there. I don't know if something's getting at these or what's going on, but I need to get that off there too.
It's starting to rain. Gotta get a little umbrella for the camera. You see Freddie's got his umbrella. Since it's raining so much, I figured I might as well go ahead and put the grass seed down. I put grass seed across this property before, but it wasn't raining so much. But now I think we're coming up in the rainy season, so I'm gonna go ahead. I forget what this thing here is called, but I know that it puts holes in the ground so that when you disperse your seeds out, they fall in the hole and then they grow. Some of the grass that we've had has grown and it stayed, but then we hit a time there where it was kind of hot and dry for a while, and so nothing really grew. And either we would have to come out and keep watering it or get sprinklers or something like that, but that's a lot of water to use, and it wasn't raining. So it's raining now. I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that. This is Scott's grass seed. It's sun and shade mix. It says it's a turf builder. Now I notice when it comes up though, it's real thin, but if you can get it to sustain and last through dry or whatever, if you can get it to last, then it starts to get thicker, and it's been good coverage once it comes up and it's growing. But that's the one I put down there first. I put it over on this side of the yard. But then throughout here in the rest, when I put it down, they say April showers bring May flowers, but there wasn't much rain in April. Let me get back over here to the sidewalk or pathway that I'm making before it decides to let loose again. And what I'm doing now, that pathway was already down, but I'm thinking I want to put, I like these archways that I've done. They're not archways, but they're the two posts and they've got the post tops on top of them. But I like when they're side by side on these paths. So I wanted to bring the path in a little bit closer together because it's very wide in a spot where I want to put the post. I don't know how it's going to look. The idea came to my mind and I'm like, well, let me go ahead and move things around and kind of see what it looks like. If I don't like it, I can put it back. So it's not permanent. Now here's what I do. If you look in here, there's the hole here. You can put this down in the hole and over on top the weed barrier here. You can do it that way. You can put it here if you need to, just depending on what your situation is, and wedge it all the way down on top of it. Or I like to come in here. If you see, there's a notch there and a notch there, and I squeeze it up in between them two and push it down in there. Something like that. Now you could probably put these underneath the weed barrier, or you can put them on top of the weed barrier. It just depends on how you want to do it. But these, I think they're called yard staples. Those things, I think it's like $500 in a box for about $35. They're a lot thicker than the ones that you get when you get about 20 of them, like at a lawn and garden center type place. Check this out. Now I didn't record this because I was all over the yard trying to get all this done and running back and forth. But what I did was I had put this down right here, the green. I put that down and I seen that, and then I'm like, what if I put mulch around there and some plants and like just encapsulated the whole area? And then I'm thinking, weather here in Florida, it gets windy and everything. Now that umbrella will pop up out of there, but the base of it constantly falls over with just a little bit of wind. Now what I did was I dug like the perimeter, the size perimeter of the base of the umbrella, and I put it down about 8 inches because it's 4 inches thick. And so I put it down in there. It was filled up with water inside the base, so it had 4 inches on top of it. Now what I did was I put concrete on top of it, and then I drew an X kind of out away from it so that I could get the concrete in that area too. And then I put some rebar in there. What was that? I put some rebar in there, and then that's what's sitting on top now. And that orange is from where I put some spray paint right there, so I knew where to put the hole. But I don't like that you can see the ground right there if you look at it. So I made that hole a little bit too big right there, and ooh, mosquito. But I made that hole a little bit too big, and so I was trying to look for something to put over, like a cap or something like that, because that screw part right there, that screw, it unscrews and comes out. That's what secures the umbrella, I guess, up against that is that one little screw. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's worked so far because it rained and some of the plants got knocked over that are still in their pots, and so that definitely would have blown over. Okay, yeah, let me see here. See, if you look down there, the only thing that's moving is the pole itself. The base of it's not moving. I don't know if you can see. It's what little bit of wiggle room that it has, but you'd have to pull that thing up out of there. And another thing I did, this is an apple tree. I found out that apple trees and peach trees can be planted near each other, but I haven't planted this in the ground yet, so I had to put this right here. I wedged it all the way down through and into the ground because them apple trees keep falling. Now I thought about a pathway right here, and I don't think that I want to put that there, but what that means is I'll have to come through here and reverse this around. But that took almost, what, half a truckload of black mulch, which it comes black, but then what happens is it rains and then it starts looking brown. Now this is a peach tree, and this hasn't been planted yet either. I think that's it. Yeah, Florida King peach. And I don't know if they were putting something on it at the nursery or what, but we got it here, and especially this apple tree. You might be able to see some of them down there. The leaves keep falling, but I seen it. It could be several different things as the reason why those leaves are falling off. So I'm gonna look at that and see. There's another one down there. Now I got some I guess they're cushions for these chairs. These chairs were given to us, and so I got some cushions for them, and I didn't want them sitting out here in the rain. And I know this one right here is going to think it's a free-for-all he's going to think it's his bed to go ahead and lay on. It's in this mess in here. I've been using this as to store different stuff in this one, but that's the one right there. It's, I think, let me see, yeah, this is the foot area, like the thigh area, and the back area here. But there's 4 of them there. There it goes again. Brandon, Freddy, what are you gonna do? Nothing? Stay up underneath this umbrella? Now, some of these plants in here I planted in the ground. I just put these lights up here just to see what they look like. It was in the evening time so I could see them and just see, because there's the lights that are up there on that. I guess my mom said it looks pretty at night. It was my idea to put them up there, but it's kind of flashy. So I planted these in the ground so they can take root, but there's some of them around here that are not planted in the ground. I relocated that, like every one of the leaves died on it, except for there was one new growth that was coming up, and that's the new growth right there. These right here are blueberry bushes. There's 3 different varieties of blueberry. They're probably too close together, but I don't know. It's better than the pot that they had been sitting in for like 6 months. I just recently planted this. This is a banana tree. It was in a pot, like these things here. They're still in pots. I don't know if I want to leave them there or not. Don't ask me what the name of that is, that red thing, because I don't know offhand. Maybe it's on it. Taiwanese red, what was that, Zora? IXORA. And this one I haven't planted in the ground. I don't know, I thought it looked nice in that pot. Plus when I got it, it was not that big, but then I put it in the pot and it's like, it got really big. These here, I like these in the front. They're just a little bit different color in here. I don't like the dark green ones because they sell dark green ones at the stores. Oh, this thing fell over. You can see dirt on the leaves because it fell over. It rained heavy. So this one is the same as that one right there, but that one's planted. This one is not. And this plant here is actually the same. I split it in 2 and I got nervous because it started to wilt. But this plant here and that one right over there, those are the same plant. They came from the same pot. Now I'm gonna have to come in here and cut some of this dead stuff off, like this right here. I did put these up, these little stakes right here. because of them wilting. I didn't want them to like completely die, because I had steaks right here on this elephant ear, and they like hung themselves or something. And there's 2 more of those right there. Gotta figure out a way to get Mary in here. You know, she's handicapped, but the only way she can roll up her wheelchair right here, sit on that, and then go in. But then we have to put the ladder that's right there, we have to put it, attach the other piece of the ladder to it, so it's like an A-frame, and put it in here so that she can step backwards. Oh no. This one here fell too. I had to come pick it up. This is called a pink diamond. I don't know, when the sun's out it looks kind of tropical. It's got 2 different greens on it, and then it's got that pink in the middle down here. I gotta figure out something to do with this stuff right here, because I just threw it all together underneath this post right here, and of course hung these up. Here's another banana tree that I need to plant, because it won't grow if I don't plant it. Okay, I'm gonna have to seek some shelter because it's raining. Well, I got those grass seeds out in time. Now it's raining. Hopefully it'll beat it all into the ground. You see them. I know there's some darker patches. Oh, the plants need the water anyway, right? These ones here are looking pitiful. I gotta repot those. Hey guys, thank you for staying tuned this long. We're done
For the day.
Go ahead, give us a like and a subscribe. Those things really help us out, and it also helps you, and help other people as well get this content in front of them. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.